What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Gouache Universe podcast. I'm that comic book artist that discusses comics, science fiction, and pop culture news, all while changing the universe, one subject at a time. So, yeah, guys, I know I'm kind of late to the party here, but I kind of wanted to jump on here and talk about this James Gunn Superman photo release. It was released a couple of weeks ago. I just wanted to give my thoughts about it. Look, man, everything that's going over at DC right now, I'm just kind of disgusted with. James Gunn. I mean, he may be in some people's eyes a great filmmaker. I mean, I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not my favorite Marvel movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. He did a movie a while back called The Supers. It was entertaining. I mean, I enjoyed it somewhat. But I just think that DC has given this guy a little bit too much power, and I think his ego is kind of getting the best of him. Because just with this picture here, man. I mean, first of all, he released it at the wrong time, I think. Because look, the fandom was already in the hype, the at peak level X-Men fandom. And why would you release a picture, from the opposing team? I mean, not that it's a battle or anything, but you could have waited to, things calm down. Like, now would have been a great time. First of all, now would have been a great time to release this Superman photo with this guy or whatever. After the fandom has kind of calmed down from something and, was looking for something else to talk about. Because, the only thing this image did was kind of get lost in the sauce. And it was a lot of negative sauce, if you know what I mean. So, but my frustration with DC as a whole is just their business handling. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a business. And you want to, appease your customer. And it seems like, James Gunn is just like, okay, the hell with, fans or whatever. He knows everybody loves, Henry Cavill and everything. So what does he do? I'm gonna fire Henry Cavill. I'm gonna hire somebody else that looks like Henry Cavill and have him be the new Superman. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, it's just, I don't know, just frustrating, because Man of Steel was so good. I really enjoyed that. And I was hopeful for things to come with DC. But then James Gunn came in and started firing everybody. And, now we don't have Gal Gadot. We don't have any of the original Justice League. And I think it would have been a even better flex to take something that's, that's kind of not in a bad place and make it great. But he just came in and just overhauled everything and just expects the fans to accept, how he treated the actors and creatives that came before. And so that's what kind of upsets me. And in regards to this picture, it just looks depressing. Just to kind of mimic, I'm not trying to mimic what everybody else is saying, because I just wanted to give my thoughts about it. And I didn't have a chance to talk about it at the time that it was released. But it just looks depressing, man. I mean, I'm not, this, and with every new information about this new Superman movie, I get less and less interested. First of all, the cast looks overpacked, and it's, you have a bunch of other heroes and characters in it, and it kind of takes the focus off of Superman, the main character. This picture looks sad. He's putting on his boots. He's looking down, looking depressed. And from, what people have, people have been saying, hey, we're tired of the sad Superman. That's what they've been saying about with Henry Cavill and Man of Steel. Even though I loved it. I mean, that was my favorite film out of the entire DC EU, or whatever you want to call it, starting back in 2013. That was my favorite out of all the DC movies. And I wish they would have continued on to Man of Steel 2 and Man of Steel 3. But there was a lot of complaints about, how that was a dark Superman. And this looks like you're going to replace Henry Cavill with this new Superman that looks like it's more of the same. I mean, you could have had him in a more uplifting pose or whatever. And this stream of pink, whatever, this beaming out of the sky. I mean, I don't know. It looks like a jellyfish. But, I mean, I don't know. That's supposed to be Brainiac. I don't know. It's just like he just looks uninterested. You should be out there saving the city from that giant beam, but instead you like, I gotta put on my boots. I gotta get out there and damn. I really rather be inside. Watching TV or something, watching Netflix. Yeah, but anyway, man, I just wanted to comment on this. This is it's not really. There's more to be desired here. It's not nothing to scream at. I think this was a bad timing. First of all, to drop it while the fandom's attention is somewhere else, and two, the image is not too inspiring. It just doesn't look. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. It's not feeling it. And these are my own thoughts. I mean, I know a lot of people have been talking about it, but I wanted to chime in on it at the time, but I didn't get a chance to. But man, I mean, I hope DC is. I mean, I hope it's good. Because if anybody knows me, Superman, especially when I was a kid, Superman was my favorite superhero. I really enjoyed the Christopher Reeve Superman and things like that. So seeing this, man, I'm a longtime Superman fan. So, seeing this is just uninspiring. I mean, there's nothing inspiring about this. They could have had him looking up, not necessarily with a smile on his face, but just looking like he's a man about business. And I don't know. I always continue to say, anybody who knows me, I always say, look, I think James Gunn is going to be in for a rude awakening at the box office. He's making all these pronouncements and, thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do my Superman. I'm going to fire the people that you love, and I'm going to keep some of the people that I've worked with. Yeah, I know about this stuff with the Peacemaker and how he's keeping some of his old actors that he's worked with, but firing the others, that's associated with others and creatives in the studio, which is kind of shady. But anyway, those are my thoughts about this. This image just looks depressing, and it's not inspiring at all. And nothing is against this new Superman, but I mean, it's all the people behind the scenes, and I just think that to get rid of Cavill to bring in someone else that almost looks like Cavill is just ridiculous. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I wanted to chime in and give my thoughts on this image and everything. And I don't know. We'll see, man.